Hello everybody, my name is Chris, and today we're looking at Roadhog. I hate Roadhog. He's probably my least favorite character in the game. The little thing about me is that I'm a pretty big guy myself, and I have self-worth issues tied to my weight. Now you would think that a big guy like this, who is comfortable in his weight and runs around without a shirt on and is just embracing his bigness, would be a big turn on for me. But I have this thing where I hate in media when they will make a big guy and they'll just make that his personality. I don't see Roadhog as an engineer, as a heist person. I just see him as a fat guy, and that's it. The second thing I see him is like Junkrat's, bear boyfriend, like, the dominant in the relationship. But that's more of a headcanon thing because they're just so cute together. As you can be. But I don't like Roadhog on his own. There's nothing about him that I really enjoy. I hate his gimmick about being able to heal himself, which is so stupid. I don't understand that. How does that make sense? No other tank can do that. Why can he do that? That is so bullshit. But let's look at his skins. As a base skin goes, it's kind of boring. I mean, it's a creative idea, but all of the skins are basically the same concept, so what do I got to work with? I don't really like the acid washed jean look, so I don't know. It's just okay at the most. Worst one is mud, because how long did it take you to think of that one? I will say it's unique to see a brown skin as a reskin, but it's called mud. Wasn't really a stretch to think of that one, was it? Next up is sand, and all I can think of is an army dude who, like, those, like, just an army dude. That's all I can think of. Next up is Thistle, and I'll give it credit that it's, a color that's on him that's not, related to mud. So it's just a bonus. Best one is Kiwi. It's a green one. What do you want from me? But I will say that I enjoy the fact that it's a bright color on him. It works. If I'm not so enthused today, I'm exhausted and I hate this fucker so much. His worst one is Baggy, and honestly, everything about it's pretty solid. I like the backpack being a scroll now. I like the little chain thing. I like the hook being that hoe thing. I even like the tattoo being different, but I hate his mask. This is so terrifying. Like, this is like axe murderer coming to kick you in the face and steal your children. This reminds me of the Saw franchise, and I don't need to see that. Like, this is just utterly terrifying. Next up is Tao. And while I do appreciate the fact they're giving him more appropriate looks for his weight, I just don't like... I don't like the white and red. I don't like that color scheme. I never have. It's very boring. It's very safe. It's very bland. And it's no different on him. Next up is Pigpen. Just like with mud and sand, it's not that creative when you just slap some mud on him. It's boring and it's safe and it's easy. Effort. Like, he's a fat guy. We get it. And his name is Roadhog. We get it. But put effort into this shit, guys. Come on. Stitch is the same thing I said about Tao. It's just white and red. I really couldn't give a shit about this. It's just white and red. Like, it's not creative. You're not putting effort into this shit. Next up is Sharkbait. And Sharkbait. Ooh, ah, ah. What I don't like about this one is... again, it's white and red, which again I don't really like on him, but I just don't like the look of the shark. I don't like the overabundance of stuff on it. It just looks a little too chaotic, which I guess goes for him, but I don't like it. I just don't. Next up is Islander, and Islander did what Tao was trying to do, but better. You know, there's green, there's blue, there's black, there's a little bit of white. The hook is a darker color. The tongue and the mask are more complementary of each other. This is just a better working idea of what they were going for. It's just simple. I don't know why he's a darker shade in his skin, but I'm not gonna question that. It's just a good skin for him. Next up is Lacrosse, and the only reason it's so low in terms of like the good ones is because I don't know why he just looks awkward. Like he just looks so weird. Maybe it's the mask, how they tried to keep the pig aesthetic to it, but couldn't really do it without fucking up the entire concept. But I don't know. It's just okay. Next up is Toxic, and that kind of, you know, fits Roadhog players to a T. Not all of them. I've met some pretty nice ones, but I like the idea of like he's just in a hazmat suit and he's like a monster who had to be like stopped. I do like the fact that his head is now a skull in a jar. That's kind of funny, but it's a little too ugly. This might have been a Halloween skin in my eyes, but as it stands, it's just nice. Next up is Mako, and Mako doesn't have as much detail as Sharkbait did, which is why it's better than Sharkbait. It's like the blue mask works. It's a lot less of a harsh color. It goes with the pants. The pants don't have as harsh of lines on them, and it's a nice reskin. I like it. Next up is Butcher, and the only reason Butcher is so high up is that they put, you know, an apron on him, so it covered his belly, which I thought was nice. But there's a lot of detail to this. There's, you know, there's grease stains, there's grease burns, there's, you know, stitches on him. He's got augmented feet. He's got a different mask that isn't a pig. You know, it's a good skin. I just think it could be improved on by not being so fucking terrifying. Next up is Ice Fisherman, and this one's my personal favorite because he's fully covered. He's in the cold, and even though big guys do give off a lot of heat, you still get cold, goddammit. And I like that. So he's covered nicely, and the mask is kind of nice. I do like the fact that he looks like a walrus, which reminds me of Janie from Mythbusters, and that's my favorite part of this skin, is that it reminds me of a better person. I do like the little like belly thing, like that's so cute, like the little thing that jiggles. I love it. Our runner-up is Rudolph, and the reason this is the runner-up is because, well, it's just cute. It's Christmassy. It's got a lot of green, a lot of red. The red and white actually have a purpose to be like a candy cane aesthetic. I love it. I think the mask is really cute. It's just nice leather. The antlers are adorable, and the stomach tattoo is actually, you know, appropriately cute. It's just Rudolph, and his belly button has a little light on it. I think it's cute. It shows that Roadhog has a cute side to him, like a playful side, and I like that. It gives him some character. But this did get beat out by probably the most obvious skin out of the game, besides the Witch and Junkenstein, which also won. We have Junkenstein's Monster. Could you blame me? This one's just cool. It's simple, it's creative, it's got a lot of details to it. Much like with Junkenstein himself, the skin is just so simple I can't really discuss it, because it's just Frankenstein and his monster. There are some cool things, like the little valve on his elbow and the stitches on his stomach, the word terror on the belly, the pipe going in so that he can breathe, the little electrical things on his back. Just, this is such a cool skin, and it's so simple that it just deserved to win. It's his best one by default because he has so many skins that are just the same thing repeated over and over and over again. And this one took a little bit of a risk with it by just being a little bit different. Not too much, but enough. Alrighty, with that said and done, my name is Chris. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do what you do, and I'll see you guys next time.